rally continues in U.S. equities. As I speak to you right now, the Russell is up 1.4%. NASDAQ just below the positive 1% line. S&P up a little bit more than 0.2%. The Dow is up 0.86%. So doing pretty well this morning. And so were global PMIs. They were pretty strong on balance. The U.S. was in line with expectations, stronger than expected. The UK had a slight miss on composite, and Germany and EU had a slight miss on manufacturing, but again, on balance, the PMIs in the small to medium-sized business landscape were all basically positive. This was good news for the global economy. U.S. jobless claims came in better than expected, and Philly Fed manufacturing was stronger than expected, but lighter than last month. Existing home sales in the U.S. also jumped by 9.5%, and the Bank of England left rates unchanged, but this time it was unanimous, so they're all coming to the same conclusion that maybe we're seeing a little bit of slowing in the UK economy, but not enough to act. Yields on the other end, slightly higher, but not enough to talk about. Yield curve 2s10 settled at -32 yesterday, -35 right now. Gold gapped to a record high today, 22.25 and 30 cents. That's with the dollar slightly higher and yield slightly higher. So again, we're talking about a gold market that sees more inflation but does not see the Fed acting on it. That, in my opinion, is the way to interpret that move. Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, is testifying on her inflation stance earlier and some of the steps they took leading into the spike in inflation, and she's doing that before the House Ways and Means Committee today, so keep an eye on that. Fed speak today. Fed Vice Chair for Supervision Michael Barr is speaking, and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic is speaking tomorrow. Earnings after the close today, only 7 companies with market caps over $1 billion, but it includes Nike, FedEx, and Lululemon. Tomorrow before the market opens, no companies with market caps even over 500 million reporting. Data tonight, Japanese inflation data, consumer inflation expectation in Australia, and UK confidence data on the consumer side. Tomorrow, we get to rest a bit with only German IFO business climate and UK and Canadian retail sales.